So now let's look at how we set up the new upsell feature. You'll notice I'm on the Kiosk Configuration Wizard, and we have a new link here called Upsell, which is inserted into the normal wizard workflow process. What you can do is change No to Yes on Enable Upsell, and you'll have the first field that you need to fill out, which is the upsell item. This is basically the item that you're giving away, or the value of the item you're giving away. So I'm going to say $1 bag of chips. And then we're going to fill out the upsell text. And this is the actual text that will get displayed on the screen where the user is going to be shown the option of whether or not they should upsell. So you could say something like, upgrade your order today at Subway, add on a bag of chips for only $1. And then the last thing you'll do is select the upsell image, which will be displayed on the kiosk screen as well. Okay, so now let's take a look at how the upsell feature works on an actual kiosk check-in. So I'm going to check into this kiosk. And it's going to show me the upsell screen that we configured previously. It's going to say your special offer, which is a default text that you're going to see, and it's going to show the actual text that we spelled out of get a bag of chips for only $1. And I can either use this, basically meaning I'm redeeming this offer, or I can say no thanks. If I use the offer, it's going to take me to the validate screen where the clerk can view the offer and validate it and basically give this customer this discount at their point of sale. And then I'm done with my check-in. Another great new feature is that you will now have the ability to opt someone into a sweepstakes every time they check into a campaign. And it'll function just as the sweepstakes normally does, but now we have a new method of getting a user to opt into the sweepstakes campaigns. Setting up the sweepstakes to integrate with the kiosk check-in process is very easy. All you have to do is go to a current sweepstakes that's active and find the new field that we've added called Kiosk Sweepstakes Opt-in and make sure that that's set to yes. You'll also want to make sure that this sweepstakes is associated with the particular campaign that you want to have people opting into through the kiosk. Now what will happen is every time somebody checks into that loyalty kiosk for this campaign, they will have another entry into this sweepstakes. They'll be sent the normal sweepstakes messaging that they would be receiving just as if they had opted into the sweepstakes via sending in a keyword. By allowing the kiosk to be set up as purely an opt-in generator, we give the merchants flexibility to opt people into their subscription campaigns through the loyalty kiosk without actually having to offer rewards or set up a loyalty program. This might be very valuable for short-term events or public events in different situations where you may want to capture somebody's opt-in but not necessarily have an ongoing loyalty program in place. Setting up a kiosk to operate just as a subscription vehicle is actually very easy as well. All you have to do is set up a kiosk just as you normally would. So all the normal features that you would fill out, you would fill out. The one difference is that you would leave the rewards screen set to 0. So you fill everything out just as normal, but you leave the rewards set to 0. Now let's see how it looks when we check into a kiosk that is just set up for a subscription campaign. All you're going to see is thanks for checking in, and I've been opted in to the subscription campaign for this campaign. You also now have the ability to set up a kiosk to act simply as a tool to generate an instant coupon sent via text message to the subscriber. The way you'll set this up is basically by making sure that the campaign that you're using for this loyalty kiosk is set to transaction for the campaign type. This will mean that when the user checks into the kiosk, they will only get the first campaign coupon message, which you can see here. And you can have that say whatever you'd like it to say, but basically they will just get an instant coupon and they will not be opted into the subscription campaign for this account. The Choose Your Campaign feature allows you to configure a kiosk so that it will ask a consumer the first time they check in which campaign they would like to join from that merchant. A couple of great examples might be something like a hair salon that wants the subscriber to choose whether they want to get alerts about men or women or children's products or services. You also might have a restaurant that may have a lunch or dinner or brunch campaign, and this allows the subscriber to choose which of the campaigns they would actually like to join. Now let's look at how to configure the campaign groups and choose your campaign option. The way the Choose Your Campaign feature works is that you will actually predefine a group of campaigns that will be linked together. And when you set up the kiosk, you'll actually set the kiosk up to the campaign group. So let's look at how to create a campaign group. We're going to go to Advanced and Campaign Groups. And then once on this screen, you're going to click Add Campaign Group. We're going to put in a name for the campaign group, so I'm going to call this one Subway. A description, Subways in Slow. A keyword, and this is not a keyword that has to be unique to all of your other normal kiosk keywords. This is just a keyword that has to be unique to the different kiosk campaign groups that you have. So I'm going to call this one Subway. Now, the way that we actually add the different campaigns to the group is simply by dragging the different campaigns over here, or you can click the plus button. So I'm going to put these 3 Subway campaigns into this Subway campaign group. Whichever campaign is at the top is going to be set as the default, which means when somebody walks up to the kiosk, they will see the details for this campaign. So the intro text and the image will all be derived from whatever is set to the default campaign for this kiosk group. Once I'm done with all that, I'm going to hit Add. My kiosk campaign group has now been created, and I can set it up onto my kiosk. Now let's look at actually how to configure a kiosk to one of the campaign groups that you just created. We're going to go into the New Settings screen. We're going to go into the Preferences. And here, we're going to change the campaign option to Campaign Group. And we're going to put in the campaign group keyword that we just created, which is Subway. We're going to hit Save. And now we've updated to the campaign group. You'll notice this particular campaign does not have an image set up to it. Now, when we check into this campaign group, what's going to happen Whoops, got to have the full numbers there. It's going to ask me which campaign would I like to subscribe to. In this case, I'm going to choose Subway East. If there were more campaigns than could be displayed on this screen, it would allow me to scroll down and choose other campaigns as well. So now it's checked me into that particular campaign group, actually to that particular campaign. And the next time I check into this campaign, it's going to check me right in all the way as if I had been checking into that campaign every time. So the first time that the user checks in, we're going to ask them which campaign that they would like to join from this campaign group. In subsequent check-ins, they will automatically be checked in to whichever campaign they selected. The phone number validation feature allows you to prompt the user after they enter their phone number on the first check-in to this particular campaign, and ask them to confirm that the number that they entered was indeed correct and their number. Setting up this feature is also very easy. You'll simply go to the Kiosk Setup Wizard, go to the Features tab, and locate the Prompt User to Confirm Phone Number option, and make sure that that is set to Yes. When you check into the Loyalty Kiosk with the phone number validation enabled, you will see we get prompted to confirm that your phone number below is correct. You can either hit continue or try again and go back and update it. This is basically a step to just double check that the user has entered the correct phone number. The double opt-in feature takes verification of the user's phone number to another step further. The double opt-in basically will send a user a message when they opt in for the first time, asking them to reply with the word sign up in order to complete their opt-in to the campaign. This ensures that the phone number that they entered on the kiosk is indeed in their possession, and when they reply with the word sign up, they will actually be fully opted into the campaign and will receive the initial opt-in messages and any other messages that are set up to go out at that time. Until they do reply with sign up when double opt-in is enabled, they will not receive any messages from the campaign, either broadcast messages or anything related to kiosk check-ins. Configuring the double opt-in is also very easy. All you have to do is go to the Kiosk Setup Wizard, go to the Features tab, and find the double opt-in option. Change it from no to yes. When a user checks in to a campaign that has been set up with the double opt-in feature enabled, the first time they check in, they will get a message that says reply with the keyword sign up in order to complete your registration for this campaign, as well as some other disclaimer information. The subsequent times they check in, if they still have not replied with sign up, they will be given the option to have that message sent to them again and finish their registration process. So let's see what that looks like. Now they're able to use the loyalty system just as they normally would, very similar to how a landline would work. But the subsequent times they check in, they're going to see a message that comes up on the screen like this. You aren't subscribed to get our text offers and alerts. Don't miss out on great promotions and discounts. They can either choose to have the opt-in confirmation message resent to their phone, which will allow them to reply with sign up in order to complete their registration, or they can say not right now and continue on through the normal loyalty process. The Broadcast Redemptions feature will allow you to set up a broadcast as a redeemable item on the kiosk. So when somebody checks in who has been sent a broadcast that is set to be redeemable, they will see an option to actually redeem that item through the kiosk. The great thing about this is it will give us true analytics about how many people used the offers that were sent to them through a broadcast. To configure a broadcast as something that can be redeemable through the loyalty kiosk, you'll go to a broadcast, either Broadcast Now or a Schedule Broadcast. Choose a campaign that you'd like to send the broadcast to, and on the broadcast screen you'll see a new option called Broadcast Redeemable Offer. We're going to change this from no to yes, and you'll be able to type in what the item is. So I'm going to say half off of a large sandwich. And the reason that we have to decide label what the offer is so that when the user is checking into the kiosk, they're displayed that particular item, and we don't have the entire length of the text message that they got sent being displayed there. Additionally, we need to set the reward valid from and reward expires after options so that we know when and for how long to display that offer. And then lastly, we're going to craft the text message. Okay, so now we're going to send this broadcast as we normally would. The Learn More tab allows us to give a prospective subscriber who's about to check into a loyalty kiosk for the first time a little more information about the program, how it works, and what they're getting themselves into. The Learn More tab is located on the home screen of the loyalty kiosk. When you click it, it pops out with some additional information that has been set up. This is default information that we've created. However, you can customize it for your particular business. Another great new feature is the ability to customize the Facebook like text that gets sent to a subscriber when they touch the Facebook like button on the confirmation screen of the loyalty kiosk. To customize the Facebook like text, you'll locate the Features tab in the Kiosk Setup Wizard, go to the Facebook like button, set it to Yes. You'll enter the Facebook page URL. You can then hit the Generate Message button to create the default Facebook like text message that will get sent to the user, and you can also add additional text to this. Now when someone clicks the Facebook like button on the kiosk, this is the text that will be sent to them. Lastly, I'm going to walk you through the new Kiosk app, show you how the standard kiosk check-in process works, and point out some of the new features and layout changes. Now let's walk through the new kiosk check-in process so you can see how it works. First, on the home screen, you'll notice we do have the Learn More tab, as we talked about. If I enter my phone number here, it's going to ask me to confirm my subscription. I'm going to say resend to phone. It's going to give me the upsell screen option. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage and use the upsell. Then it's going to have the clerk ask me to validate my offer. And now on the home or on the confirmation screen, I can add myself to a different campaign just as we did before, and I can like the business on Facebook by having them text me the Facebook link. Now if I check in again, it's going to ask me again if I want to confirm my subscription, since I still haven't. It's going to ask me again if I want to take advantage of the upsell offer. I'm going to say no this time. And now you'll see I have earned this reward, which I can choose to use. Now on this screen, if I had more rewards than could fill this screen, I would be able to scroll down and see all the rewards that I have available to me. I'm going to go ahead and hit Use. I'm going to wait for the clerk to validate my offer. And now I'm done with my check-in process. I've also earned another reward on this check-in.